Fine playing here in the studio by Jorge Tabarés, the Soler Sonata in D minor. Come on over, Jorge, and say hello. First of all, what part of Spain are you from? How close to Barcelona?
I'm fairly close in an American mentality, but in a Spanish mentality, I'm pretty far away.
Aha, how does that work?
So I am from Valencia, which is about 400 kilometers, 4-hour ride.
Well, that's a goodly distance.
Yes.
So you don't speak Catalan, I take it?
Well, they speak kind of like, a version which is called Valenciano, but they never really taught me, so I'm not...
You don't
I prefer
know.
not to be asked because I am very clumsy when I speak it.
I see. Well, what I want you to speak about is, of course, the pianist we are honoring today, Alicia de Larrocha. How well did you know her in Spain? How much of an influence, if any, has she been on you?
Well, in Spain, I knew her. I don't really remember when I started knowing her because she was always there, kind of like piano. But yeah, she was, I knew her since I was very young, since I started playing, because of course she's a reference for any pianist in Spain. And after that, my whole career, up until this point, I have many recordings by Alicia de Larrocha, and the program which I am playing today, of course, everything was recorded, which I'm playing was recorded by Alicia de Larrocha, and it was a great thing to do, to be able to study this program and consult, and also study at the same time her recordings and performances.
When you study another artist's recordings, how do you avoid copying it? How do you avoid trying to do just the tempo shifts or the way the music flowed? How do you avoid depriving your own personality of shining through?
Yeah, I think it's very hard to do that, but with creativity, with as much creativity as you can, I guess, it's kind of like a composing. I also do composition. I'm also studying composition at Manes, and it's the same thing when you study a score by a composer. It's very hard not to fall under his spell. But at the same time, the only way to... It's kind of a paradox here, because the only way to really carve your own personality is by studying closely the personalities of others, I think.
Exactly. So you merge your various ideas into your own.
Yeah.
Alicia Torra, we know that Alicia de Larrocha also was a wonderful teacher, but I don't imagine she had time for individual students.
Well, She was teaching when she was young, and then she was teaching at the end of when she retired of the concerts. So in between, it was impossible.
Because I know she was here at Manes for a master class.
Yeah,
so
but that was at the end of her career. Yeah, when she retired at 2003. So I think she came here in 2004 or something like this. And maybe in 2002 also she gave some classes, but was at the end. And also when she was young at the Marshall Academy in Barcelona, she was also teaching.
All right, we're going to explore actually Alicia de Larrocha's compositional skills, which also date back to the early days. But what would you like to play for us next, Jorge? Again, something from Alicia de Larrocha's repertoire.
Why don't we go with some Oscar Esplá?
Okay. Alicia, maybe you tell us, what's the connection with Esplá? Was there a similar friendship that you mentioned with Mompou?
No, of course they met each other, but I don't think they had a relationship like the other ones, Monsalvatge and Federico Mompou, that were in Barcelona also both.
Okay. All right, so what is this?
This is the Spanish Sonata by Oscar Esplá.
That's what he called it, a Spanish sonata?
Yeah, it's Spanish Sonata in homage to Chopin. So it was a commission by UNESCO in 1949.
I see.
Yes.
And you're playing what, the first movement?
The first movement.
Okay, if you will. Again, a performance in our Young Artist Studio by young Jorge Tabarés. Again, fine playing in the studio by Jorge Tabarés. Earlier we had an homage to Mompou. Now we have had an homage to Chopin in the first movement of the Spanish Sonata by Oscar Esplá. And all of this in tribute to Alicia de Larrocha. And our program will continue momentarily, since this is the McGraw family's Young Artist Showcase on WQXR.